Hey YouTube, what is going on? This is iTalk.
Oh my god, ITalkFortnite, and then it's gonna cut like here.
And in today's video, we have a brand new video. Welcome back to Unpopular Opinions Week. This whole week, we are doing nothing but Unpopular Opinions videos from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You guys seem to be enjoying the series, and I cannot thank you guys enough for the continued support. And let's just get right into it. So, Unpopular Opinions is a series where I go on Twitter, I go on YouTube, I ask you guys, what are some of your unpopular opinions regarding Fortnite, and then I give my 2 cents in on the topics. So from the Flex Daddy on Twitter, he said that you should not be able to use your own code in the item shop. This is something that I do firmly agree with. I think the fact that people are even able to use their own code is kind of missing the point in support a creator. Like, support a creator, like, you want to support a creator, right? Why would you want to support yourself instead of supporting someone else, right? Like, I just find it greedy. Like, that's one of the things I really don't like about YouTube as a whole, with all the clickbait going on, tricking their child fan base with their thumbnails, titles, 10-minute long videos so they get more extra advertisements and stuff like that. It really frustrates me to see the community of Fortnite be like this, and how they kind of just force this agenda of like, I need to make more money, so I'm gonna do everything in my power to make more money, because if I can make more money, why not, right? So with support a creator, I kind of realize this as well, is that if you do support yourself, you're not making a whole lot back, right? And the other thing with support a creator is that you actually have to meet a $100 threshold in order to even get paid, and you have to meet that every month. So if you're the only one supporting yourself in the item shop, like let's say you botted 1,000 followers on Twitter or something like that, and you got to support a creator code, and you know no one else is going to use it, but you use your own anyway, you're not going to get paid out, and you're just going to be wasting your time when that money and that support could be going to one of your favorite content creators that could really deserve it, especially ones that make legitimate content. I'm not saying use me, I'm saying use someone on YouTube or on Twitch or anywhere else that makes legitimate content. Don't support those greedy scumbags that make nothing but clickbait content. It's ridiculous that they even have a supporter creator code to begin with. But yeah, I humbly agree with this, that you should not be able to use your own supporter creator code at all. If there was a way to show what your creator code was in game so people knew, that would be a good idea. As long as you're not supporting yourself, I think that's a good idea. That's why in my item shop videos, I always have to put it in the bottom left so people don't think that my code is ASMR gaming. I just like supporting other people, and I feel like that this system should really make it so you can only support other people, because that would just make the most sense to me. But it would also show in the item shop what your own code is. I think that'd be a great addition, just so it would make it look like you have a different code than the one that you're actually supporting. From 9bangs, he says that Wonder is the best exclusive. So Wonder is the exclusive from the Honor 20 phones, I believe it is. It's one of the Honor phones. And it is basically a reskin Shadow Ops with bright pink and bright blue colors. And at first, when I saw it, when it was first revealed, I really didn't think much of it. Yes, it's an Evelyn skin, and I love the Evelyn skin. It's Power Chord's skin, and I really do like this character model. But I found the design to be lazy, as most other exclusive skins tend to be. I mean, they're just reskin colored robots, or it's a reskin burnout, which a lot of skins are like basically nowadays. So I do get kind of frustrated with their lack of design, but honestly, Wonder is one of the better ones. I do like the colors. It matches Six String a lot. It also matches a lot with like the Galaxy back bling, and it's honestly a really good exclusive to have. So honestly, I'm not even mad with it. I was upset with it at first when I saw it was another redesign, but it's got that exclusive tag to it, so it does make it a little bit better when you realize that it is an exclusive item. And I know a lot of you guys do like exclusive stuff, so regardless of what it looks like, it's exclusive, and I do like that aspect of it. But if it was just a normal item shop skin, I still think it would be pretty good, honestly. It is a reskin again, but I definitely don't think it's the best exclusive, though, in my opinion. I still don't even know what my favorite exclusive would be. I guess it could be like maybe a tie between maybe Iconic and Royal Bomber, because Royal Bomber is a really nice looking skin. I really do enjoy that one. But out of it's still in the top 5 best exclusives, I would say, at least. From Galaxy the Cube, Iconic needs a pickaxe and a back bling. So this isn't a very unpopular opinion at all. I know a lot of people have been really clamoring for it, but I picked this because it brings up the question, is the emote with Iconic worth it, right? Because if you guys remember, the Galaxy skin only came with the Galaxy skin, did not come with anything else. It was just that. And then 6 months down the road, I believe it was 6 months when it was first out, you got the glider, the harvesting tool, and the back bling, which all of it is phenomenal. The Galaxy pickaxe is great, the back bling is solid, and the glider is pretty good. I don't really like that, but everything else was phenomenal in this. So does Iconic really deserve a back bling and a harvesting tool, or even maybe a glider? Yeah, I mean, I'll take it. I mean, I'm obviously saying that because they own the iconic skin, but I think it would make sense for us to get a back bling and a harvesting tool with him. So maybe that would be like a cool idea if we could get that. Now, I feel like this is kind of unpopular because the people that don't have it don't want people that own this to get even more out of owning an exclusive thing, to pressure people into buying this phone or to buy the skin somehow. So it's a mixed bag. Do I think it deserves it? Honestly, yeah, you might as well. Because if you're gonna do that with the Galaxy to make it a 4-piece set, why not do the same thing with Iconic to make it a 4-piece set with a harvesting tool and a back bling? Why not? Loot Lake in particular has gotten updated way too much. Other locations should get changed too. I have to agree with this. Now, I said this a long time ago where I wanted Loot Lake to be removed. I believe in season 6 or season 7, I wanted it gone because I was so tired of it. And then, you know, Kevin the Cube happened, which turned that into like Thanos Lake. And then it like exploded. And every season, and almost like it does get changed often. Loot Lake does get a lot of changes to it, and honestly, I agree. I think other places need some refinement too. It's not only about Loot Lake, in my opinion. I don't think Loot Lake should be getting all this special treatment. I think other places do need some sort of like either buff to them to make it so there's more loot, so it's more worth going over there. But in my opinion, Loot Lake does get updated a little bit too much, and I would like to see other places get a little bit more updated. Don't change them completely drastically or anything, but I think some of them could use like a nice overhaul. From Yogev_, he said the scoped AR is actually really underrated. So I have to agree with this, honestly. The scoped AR was actually used by a lot of aimbotters. If you ever like see those videos online where it shows people exploiting aimbot on Fortnite, you'll see that most of the time they're using the scoped AR because it doesn't have any drop off. There's barely any recoil to it. It's a laser, honestly. It's actually a really good weapon, and I feel like a lot of people don't like using it because it's not as consistent as maybe the regular ARs are. I think the main reason why people don't like this thing is because you have that scope, and when you're scoped in, you can't see anything else around you. And with the AR or like the, you know, the SCAR or whatever, you can totally see where people are coming from if they're landing on top of you and stuff like that. So the scoped AR does have some risk to it while it's really strong. And I feel like a lot of people rather play safe than play with the scoped AR, but I do find it to be a very underrated weapon, absolutely. From JBL Pats, he said, I think the item shop should include every cosmetic item in the game, making it more consumer friendly so that no one has to rush to buy V-Bucks due to a rotated item shop. I think this would actually spike sales instead of decrease them. So I'm going to say why I don't like this idea. Now, obviously, it's like, oh, well, you do the item shop every day. If the item shop was like this, you wouldn't have to do that anymore. Yeah, I understand that, but I want to say why this is a bad thing. We need more hype in our skins, right? When a skin comes back after like 30 days, it's the same old, same old. We get tired of it. We're bored of it. It's like, oh, you brought back Fade again? Oh, you brought Omen again? Oh, wow. Like, it's not even a surprise anymore at this point that we get these things almost every 30 days. But when a skin comes back that's been like almost 100 days or even over that, it's a surprise. It's a nice change of pace. Now, it does seem like they're rarely ever bringing back stuff back, which is very frustrating to me because I'm trying to collect every item shop skin and emote in the game and stuff like that. But besides all that, I do find this idea to be a really bad one because you're gonna just kill the hype of every skin. No one's gonna really care about the item shop anymore. I don't like this idea. Should they expand it to make it bigger? I would humbly agree with this. The Save the World item shop is a lot bigger, and I would love that for the regular Fortnite item shop, in my opinion. I think that'd be a great idea. But to have everything there for you to buy right away, I don't know how I feel about that. Is it unfortunate that some things only last one day and then never come back? Absolutely. I think that's really dumb that some items are like that. But I do think that if we had everything all at once, there would be no sense of excitement when the item shop resets every day. You know what I mean? It would just be the same old, same old. And honestly, I don't agree with this. I think what we need is just a bigger item shop to have more items in it because we already have so many things in the item shop loot pool. It's become oversaturated at this point, and the fact that we still get things that haven't been in the shop for only 30 days is still mind-boggling to me. So I'm gonna humbly disagree with this opinion, but I do like your opinion regardless. From Selgi, Fishstick is an overrated skin. I am going to say that the Fishstick skin is probably the Fortnite skin. It used to be Bright Bomber. I would say the Bright Bomber is probably the most popular. I would say Fishstick now is the most popular skin in the game. I wanted to make a whole video talking about the Fishstick because It has turned from what we all thought was a hideous skin, turned into one of the most popular skins in Fortnite Battle Royale. Is it overrated? Honestly, probably yeah, because it's so saturated with its unique edit styles. It even got a World Cup exclusive edit style. It got a lot, and it's very bizarre because, like I said, we didn't like this skin when it first came out, and we thought it was kind of bizarre, and it was only out one time, and then it didn't come back again until like season 8, and then it only came out one time again in season 9. Like, it was really, really held back from us. And I feel like with underground hype for it, it kind of just became overrated, I guess. So yeah, I do agree that I think the Fishstick skin is overrated, but does that make that a bad skin? 100%. No, it does not. But yeah, I definitely think this skin's overrated now. But back then, I think it was extremely underrated. So it's kind of weird how we kind of feel different about things after some time has passed, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'll agree with you on this one. From Disguise a Beast, he said, Moisty Meier was a horrible location and people only want it back for nostalgia. So this is actually a really good point. People are realizing that Dusty Depot is not as great as Dusty Divot was in terms of loot. Now, he's saying here that people only want Moisty Meier back because of the nostalgia factor to it. I personally loved the location. It actually had good loot drops, and it had those mutated trees that gave a ton of wood. It is so hard to get mats in this game now because they decreased the mat gain and all that. So honestly, I would love to see Moisty Meier come back. And yes, it is for nostalgia's sake, but it's also because I love the location. The look of it was great, and there was actually decent loot there. So I'm gonna disagree with you personally, but I think for many other people that do want Moisty Meier back for nostalgia's sake, I could see that. But here's the thing as well, is that if Moisty Meier does come back, does that mean Prison comes back? Because a lot of people love Prison, myself included. That also had good loot in there too. So I don't know. It does seem like a lot of places coming back are for nostalgia's sake, especially with this season. But I think it's for good reason as well, as that it does have good loot. And we just kind of miss the older locations. I'm tired of seeing them try to make new locations for us because I don't think that most of them nail it, right? Like, most of them feel too out of the ordinary for Fortnite Battle Royale, at least to me it does. So I will agree with your opinion that it is for nostalgia's sake that people want it back, but I do think it was a good location. I don't think it was horrible by any stretch of the imagination. From BirdDuckie, he said the Infinity Blade isn't a horrible item that much anymore. It has been proven a slightly decent weapon in the sword fight limited time mode. I wouldn't be too upset if they brought it back. With the addition of the mechs, honestly, bring the sword back. I'm dead honest with you. I'm not even enjoying the main game anymore because of the mech. And honestly, this season is just so insane that I do think that we just bring it back at this point. I would be fine with that. Just bring the sword back, have people have fun with it. And that would honestly probably be a good counter to the mech anyway. So I don't know. I think that's a good idea at this point, because it's just like we're throwing everything at the fan here with this season. It's not taken seriously. It's not supposed to be taken seriously. Just throw it in there. Why not? From Defaulty Daniel, he said that Fortnite is way too sweaty because of pro players. The pros, upcoming Twitch streamers, TTFs, etc. No one cares that Mongrel can do 90s at the speed of sound. People take the game way too seriously, like they'll die if they don't win every single game. I blame pros for it. So I do want to sort of agree with this, but at the same time, I think people are more frustrated with dying by dumb mechs and dumb mechanics rather than just because they can't win every game. The thing is that there's 99 other people trying to get a win. It's not just you every game to get the win, right? I think people need to realize that it is just a game, and if they die, they die. But the reason why people are so frustrated with it is that it's not really the pros' fault. I mean, no, I don't think many people like the mech, besides the people that like getting easy kills and easy wins with it. I don't think many people like the mech at all, including casual players, not just pro players. I do think that people that are trying to become like streamers and pro players, I don't think they necessarily ruin the game for people, but I do think they should play arena if they're really dedicated to getting better at the game, instead of just playing in solos, duos, and squads when it's not everyone can be at a professional level. So I do think it is kind of a frustrating thing for people to deal with such sweaty players, but again, I don't think really anyone is enjoying this season all that much right now. All I'm saying is that I do think the game is getting really sweaty for a lot of people, but at the same time, like I said, they thought the good idea was to just throw a mech in the game instead of giving people an actual tutorial on how to learn how to play better. And honestly, I think people just need to learn how to get better at the game if they want to compete with these better players, because people are adapting. This game's been out for almost 2 years now. People were gonna get better anyway. So I think it's kind of on us for us to learn the game and to just not blame pro players on this one, because I don't think it's necessarily their fault here. I think everyone just needs to learn how to play the game and not be given free easy wins with like the mech or something. And lastly, from Ethan, he said that Fortnite players rarely respect each other's opinions. I've waited over 250 days for Skystalker as an example. Some of the replies are genuinely nice, with players also hoping it returns. Others are toxic and mock me for liking the skin. It's ridiculous. Cosmetics will always be opinion based, but the level of toxicity that comes along with it isn't needed. So, I mean, I 100% can agree with this. I mean, I had to deal with this back in the Power Chord days when I wanted Power Chord back, and I, spammed Fortnite's Twitter. Every time they tweeted something, I always said bring back Power Chord. Yes, it annoyed people. It annoys me that I did that, honestly. But the replies I got from that, it wasn't nice. It was never really a good time for me to ever do it. I really did it not out of attention, and I wasn't trying to like make people angry at me, but people really got mad. They're like, oh, this Power Chord skin, it's rare, I don't want it to come back, or ew, it's so ugly, you only want it for rarities because it's ugly. That was the main thing I got. And yeah, I don't know, you kind of just have to ignore people on Twitter sometimes, especially ones that don't give you like really good criticism at all, and they just hate on you for no reason whatsoever. Like, I don't know, you just gotta ignore them, just mute them on Twitter if someone's really, giving you crap for wanting a skin to come back. Because I do agree, Skystalker is a really good skin, and the fact that it hasn't been back in so long is very shocking to me, at least. So yeah, I do hope that skin comes back, by the way. And I do have to firmly agree with you that it does seem like on Twitter you will get bullied for your opinion no matter what you say, so just try to understand that people on Twitter are not the nicest people. So yeah, that's all I'll say there. But yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. And that is it for the video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know with a like, but only if you enjoy the content. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new, and turn on the bell just to get all my latest uploads. And comment down below, what are some of your unpopular opinions with Fortnite? I would love to know. Follow me on Twitter at ITalkFortnite. Follow me on Instagram, ICanTalkFortnite. If you would like to use me for support a creator, my code is ITalkFortnite. Thank you all so much that use that code. Seriously, you do help me out a lot. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you all later. See ya.